Before we get into the video, I need you guys to do me a favour. Number 1, like the video. Also comment, let me know your thoughts on the case. There's something honourable about two men who square up to each other and are willing to have a scrap in order to sort out their differences. However, imagine being so peed off that you lost the scrap that you pull out a knife and stab your victim in the face, chase him and then stab him 3 more times. This is exactly what 28-year-old Luke Taylor did. Now, 28-year-old Luke Taylor had organised a scrap with a guy who he had known and they had issues with each other. They arranged to meet up on Conduit Street on August 10th of last year, that's 2022. So the scene set, friends from both sides in attendance, the two men began to brawl. Now Luke Taylor lost the brawl via a headlock when he was on the ground. Now because both men were known to each other, the victim was comfortable enough to take a seat on the pavement and then talk to his friends. However, 28-year-old Luke Taylor was frothing at the mouth. He was angry, bewildered as to how he could lose the scrap. So he pulled out a 7-inch blade and says, "That's it, I'm going to stab you." Now Luke walked over to his victim and then stabbed him in the face. The victim immediately ran along Conduit Street in order to get away, but he was chased down by Luke. Luke hunted the victim. The victim then tripped over his own legs, and then Luke, the madman that he is, pounced. He stabbed the victim 3 more times in the knee, arm and stomach. For good measure, he then put the boot in. Now because the victim was so strong, despite being bladed, he grabbed the knife in his hand and held it in place until the handle snapped. Now Luke was disarmed, and because he had no longer had a functioning blade, he was caught on CCTV making a mad dash away from the scene. Now friends called paramedics and the victim was rushed to hospital in critical condition. Once at hospital, he received emergency surgery as he had suffered internal bleeding. Now Luke Taylor was arrested just 4 days later, where he pled guilty to GBH, which really it should constitute at least as an attempted M. Now as for Luke Taylor, he was jailed for 6 years and he was given an additional 3 years licence period extension for public protection, and a judge also placed a 10-year restraining order banning any contact with the victim. Does the crime match the sentence? Let me know in the comments. Stay safe.